So essentially, and this is not as silly as, a lot of you guys are probably like, oh, he's so silly. It's not as silly as you might think, because if you consider the axial loading associated with squats or overhead presses, it does have compressive forces down on your spine. And you'll find that as those weights are resting on your spine, it's called axial loading because it's right, your axis is the very first vertebra, the atlas and axis, and as it presses down, all your muscle viruses, all your muscle imbalances will be, and you've got a tendency to have a anterior pelvic tilt or a hyperlordosis, basically a really curved low back because you've got weak abdominals, really weak hamstrings, overdeveloped hip flexors. That curve is going to increase, right? You will actually become shorter if you tend to have a thoracic kyphosis. You can increase the amount of kyphosis that you have. If you're doing back squats and that axial loading increases the curvature of your upper back, you are literally, by increasing the curve of that spine, so you literally can, yes, you literally can grow shorter through axial loading exercises. And this brings me to my point of balance training program. The big superficial muscles associated with pressing overhead or doing any particular movement, in absence of the stabilizer system, right, that which would keep you in good posture, you further facilitate the imbalance between that which will keep you supple, that will keep you soft, will keep the spaces within your vertebrae flexible, movable, mobile, and the big compressive forces of your superficial muscular system, right? That surrounds your spine. You got little weird muscles like the multifidus and shit like that kind of hang out right in between the vertebrae. The more that muscular system, the more that stabilizer system is compressed because you're kind of depressing it. So what happens is you become a big, dumb meathead, right? With no agility, no mobility, no flexibility, no movement capacity, just fucking muscle. So now you've squashed yourself and you're just a muscle-bound weirdo, right? With no athletic ability. I can kick you in your head and run. I don't care if you can bench press 800 pounds. Massage is helpful. Laying over the bioenergetic stool is helpful. Stretching is definitely helpful. Foam rolling is definitely helpful. Yoga is very helpful. If you've got a really good yoga instructor, they're always telling you lengthen. Everybody focuses on the movement, right? Do this stretch, just move it, do it. As opposed to maintaining posture, instantaneous axis of rotation on all of your joints, and moving with really strong posture, lengthening. I think if you study Pilates, they always talk about lengthening. If you study yoga, they're always talking about lengthening. I think there are others, Alexander technique, or there's a couple other methods that are associated with regaining instantaneous axis of rotation of all the joints. I go to yoga class in the morning, and then I come here and I beat the shit out of my body with weights. I lay over the bioenergetic stool in between sets. You've got to balance soft strength and hard strength. It can't be all one way. Otherwise, you're gonna have those horrible side effects that people have been attributing to weightlifting for so many years, which it's really a byproduct of bad weight training.